Hi, I'm Jessica from team number 6 and I'm going to talk you about our PIA project in stage number 1. First, what is the system that corresponds to my team is the endocrine system. So the disease we chose was the prolactinoma. A prolactinoma is a tumor located in the pituitary gland or pituitary tumor that produces a hormone called prolactin in a huge amount. So the thing we did with the robot was make the robot enter to the nose and go to the pituitary gland that is located at the base of the brain and then cure the tumor.
Hello, I'm Sofia Rodriguez from Team 6 of Robotics PIA, and I'm going to explain the stage 4, more specifically the hypothesis and the pathways. I'd like to mention here that I made some modifications to the poster because this poster was initially for the disease of diabetes, but for reasons that we couldn't design an effective pathways for the robot to simulate curing diabetes, we changed the disease to prolactinoma. Now a little introduction to what is prolactinoma. It is a excessive production of prolactin, which is a hormone secreted by the pituitary gland, and well, it is located in the brain. And this excessive production causes dangerous repercussions in the endocrine and reproductive systems. Then here we have the hypothesis. That is, if we learn the skills of programming, then we can create a pathway for the robot to simulate eliminating the prolactinoma tumor, which is basically what we did by the process of all this semester. We learned about how to program several programming structure like cyclic and sequential, and with all these learnings we finally could make the robot to complete and achieve the pathways that we created in this stage. Now I'm going to explain the pathways that we created. It is very simple. First, the robot enters by the nose, then it turns a little to enter the brain, and here in this red arrow that we can see, it turns 360 degrees 3 times, and each time that it completes the spin, and it turns on the red light, and also the buzzer to simulate eliminating the prolactinoma tumor. And well, this location is where the pituitary gland is for it to destroy the tumor. And well, this is all for stage 2 of the PIA project.
Hi, good morning. My name is Arturo Vasquez and I'm going to explain the stage 3. Basically, the development of the phase 8 of programming. Basically, this phase consists on the documentation of important information during program development, while testing the program, and after the program is ready. What we did as a team on the phase 8 of documentation is to take notes of the mistakes that we made in the program. As you can see below, this is an example of the error that we make. But having written down the errors that we did in the past program was easy for us to finish the program and for it to meet the expected results of the program, as you can see in the video below. And finally, after finishing the program, what we did is to document important information, such as the initial position of the robot. Because we noticed that if we change every time the initial position of the robot, it can affect the route that the robot has to follow, or could affect the program. So we decided to mark a point that represents that initial position, and we take it and took it as a reference. Also, what we did is to place marks on the canvas that represents the specific route that the robot should follow. So we have an idea of what the robot should do, of what was expected to do. That's all for my part. Thank you for your attention.
Hi, I'm Diana, and now I will explain what was done for stage 4 in the body system project in the case of the endocrine system. And well, as for stage 4, we work in the conditional programming through a program, remote control in charge to move the robot. And first of all, to be able to realize the route the robot had to do with the remote control, we have to make an algorithm and a flowchart in which we could, in which first of all we analyze which activities a robot had to do, and then we pass it to the algorithm itself, and we resolve each of that activities that we analyze and establish in one of each buttons. But one of the characteristics of um, the program that we used to make the algorithm, the flowchart, was that it was only able to be a four button remote control. That's why you can see like the buttons have two activities, some of them, but it doesn't stop us to know what we have to do later in the program. And it was very helpful to see what it will look like and um, what it will happen in the program itself. And then we pass it to the project. It's the project program itself, in where we start the program with an infinite while. This will help us like to it continue to pass. Then we establish each of ER remote control 8 button to each activity, and then we establish that the robot had to do. And that's why you can see like button 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And after that, we finalize with the corresponding stuff for the activities performed. That's why here like the activities of the buzzer and the lights that have to be written on, then we're stop with an off here of each of the activities, and then the activities done by the DC motor, like move forward, backwards, and turn. Then we're they were stopped by its corresponding DC motor 0, and that will help us that when the robot itself is not when the control is not being used with any of the buttons, it will stop because of these two DC motors. And after that, well, the infinite while it ends. Here you can see it. You couldn't see it because it was on this form, so you could see it better. But in another way, the infinite while will stop here at the end of all. And with that, we establish with activity that will do each button. That will be the user manual, and that's why the button 1 will turn on red LED and buzzer, and button 2 would be turn on green and yellow LEDs buzzers. Button 4 will turn buzzers. Button 5 will go forward. Button 6 go backwards. Button 7 turn left, and button 8 turn right. Here it was necessary to use the button 3 because all the activities that we need will using the other buttons. That's why we left the button 3 without a specific activity to perform. So that we finalize and we take the program sometimes to see that the robot do their corresponding activities with remote control, and verify that it will work properly. And then we have the video of the program functioning in the body system case, in the endocrine system case. Thank you. That was all for stage 4's uh, endocrine system case of the body system activity project.